the big brown wooden door of Santa's study. He looked so handsome in his little bright red tunic and his little green pointed slippers. He was just about to knock when all of a sudden the door flew open and Santa appeared. "Christopher Poppins, I didn't mean to startle you. I'm sorry." "Were you coming to visit me?" asked Santa. Christopher nodded. Santa swooped up Christopher into his arms and carried him into his study. He seems pretty nice, huh?
What does SC make?
Sk. What can I do for you, my little elf?
If it was a sausage.
Yeah. Santa asked, sitting Christopher in the big red chair. "My papa says all the toys are finished and are neatly stacked on the shelves in the workshop." "Ho, ho, ho, that is really good news," Santa cheered. "My word, we really made record time this year. This calls for a celebration. We can have cake and ice cream and..." Santa looked down at Christopher expecting to see a big smile. But the small elf was not smiling. Look at him. He doesn't look very happy. "Christopher Poppins, why do you look so sad?" Santa saw a big tear in the little fellow's eye. Santa walked over to his desk and picked up a candy cane. "Here, Christopher, take this. I know you just love peppermint candies. There, that should cheer you up." "Thank you, Santa." Christopher quietly sat in the big red chair. Just then, the big tear rolled down and splashed him on the nose. Santa stooped over, picked up the small elf, and set him on his lap. "What's the matter, little one?" Santa pulled his big red handkerchief from his pocket and gently wiped the big tear from Christopher's little nose. Christopher put his arms around Santa. He loved him so much. "It's just," whispered Christopher. It's just what?" asked Santa. "It's just that I wish..." Christopher thought for a moment. "I'm afraid you and all the other elves will think it's foolish." "Nonsense!" Santa patted Christopher on the head. "Well," continued Christopher, "it's just that every year you make your Christmas Eve journey and you get to go see real boys and girls." "But Christopher, all the children are fast asleep in their beds when I visit them. That has always been the rule." "I know," said Christopher. "That's the problem. I just wish I could go and visit them." "I see. That is a very unusual wish for a little elf." Santa ran his hand over his thick white beard and reached for his pipe. The room became extremely quiet, except for the tick-tock of the big grandfather clock in the far corner.
What is that?
See, the grandfather clock. Christopher sat very quietly.
Dad.
Christopher.
Can you say that? That says grandpa.
It says
tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Tick tock, tick tock. And it's a grandfather clock. "Christopher," Santa exclaimed, as he suddenly jumped out of the chair, dumping Christopher onto the floor. "Christopher Poppins, that's a great idea." Christopher was wide-eyed as he got back on his feet. He had never seen Santa so excited. "Christopher," Santa exclaimed, "I wonder why I never thought of this before. You could pop into children's homes while they are sleeping and hide somewhere. Can you imagine their surprise when they find you in the morning? And then, Christopher, you could pop in a new hiding place while they are busy doing other things." Wait a minute. Nuh-uh. You think he's hiding?
Yeah. He's hiding.
That's what Santa's talking about. Let's see. The boys and girls will have a wonderful time with you. I can almost hear their squeals of delight right now. You know, Christopher, I bet their moms and dads will be pleased to see you too. If I know my boys and girls, and I think I do, they will try extra hard to be good when they discover you in their very own homes. Now Christopher was getting excited. Oh, Santa, Christopher was down, clapping his little hands. I can hardly wait. However, said Santa, there is one thing I must warn you about. Always remember to carefully choose your place to hide. A place where the children will find you, but also high enough so you won't be touched. Remember, if a child touches you, you will have to pop back here to let me restore your magic. This could spoil everyone's fun, and we wouldn't want that. Oh no, Santa, we would not want that. I want everyone to have the merriest time. I will be very careful.
I don't see you.
Hmm?
Where were you? Oh, you're right there.
Yeah.
Peek.
Peek. There is also one other very important matter, Christopher. You must be home again before Christmas Eve. It's extremely important I get a first-hand report from you before I begin to pack my bag full of toys. Do you promise to follow all of my instructions? I do, exclaimed Christopher. Very well, said Santa. Your wish will be granted. Santa then picked up Christopher and put him on the big desk. Christopher stood straight and tall. I now proclaim you to be my very first Christmas elf. Oops, children's elf.
Where?
My very first children's elf. From this day forward, you will leave the North Pole every year in late November to begin your very own journey to the children's world. You may pop in and out of their homes as often as you wish, but you must pop back to the North Pole before Christmas Eve.
Ooh, you won't know until it's Christmas.
Yeah. This is a very honorable position that I have bestowed upon you, Christopher. Do you accept it with honor? Asked Santa. I do, said Christopher excitedly. I will hold true to your wishes and make you very proud of me. Thank you, Santa. Christopher gave Santa a big hug and a big kiss, jumped off the desk, and darted out the door with his candy cane clutched in his little hands. He could hardly wait to tell his mom and pa all the other elves about the exciting news. He had a twinkle in his eye as he closed the big brown wooden door to his study. He knew this was going to be the merriest Christmas ever. He made not a sound, but we knew he was there. The children just giggled. Up on the mantel, on top of the bookshelf, high on the draperies. Now where is that elf?
Wait, what's
The end.
her name?
What'd you think?
Let's write her name.
But here's what I'm wondering.
Let's write her names in the book.
Here's what I'm wondering.
Do you think that's why he's not in our box?
Christopher Poppikins might actually be hiding
Wait,
in
before
our
you
house.
leave, wait. Remember, you can't touch him, or he has to go back to the North